Good morning, everybody, and a special welcome to Sisodia Sahab and Jayanti Ravi. Very happy to see you, Jayanti ji, again. To all the panelists today, I think they have brought out a lot of themes which will be taken up in the technical sessions today. Higher education is a huge area with many aspects that we have to look at. While I'm here at the vote of thanks, and I'm also at a technical session later on MOOCs, which is about the massive open online courses, I'd like to tell you we have two professors from MIT who have initiated these free open online courses for the rest of the world to take. So intellectual property coming down free to us from MIT, which is wonderful in the knowledge economy, helping countries like us where we need to really increase our gross enrollment ratio to come up, a great opportunity. We'll be joined by two professors from MIT, Arundhati Banerjee and Vijay Kumar. Quickly, I'll take this opportunity to also put my little two-bit on the theme before I propose the vote of thanks, is that as there are many aspects to higher education and we'll be looking at all of it, I'd like to bring all your attention to one basic point where it all starts, and it all starts with the teacher. While we think of technology, while we think of the schools and the physical infrastructure, yesterday I had the opportunity of listening to Dr. Hal Varian, who is the chief economist at Google. Some of you might have also attended his talk. It was here at the Meridian itself. And he's an economist, and his books are there in economics, well read by all of us who've done our degrees in economics. So I did my first degree in economics. And while I was listening to him, I ended up doing my doctorate in creativity and therapy, which I equally love as a subject. But I started out my first degree in economics, and while I was listening to him, I just realized, had he been my teacher throughout, I would have done my doctorate in economics. So it actually just depends on the teacher to make you fall in love with the subject, explore it, and become a learner of that subject. So teachers are very important. In the US and in India, the big difference, I had a lot of my studies in Europe, and abroad and over here, the big difference in higher education is, in India, we go to college saying, we'll go to this subject's class, so it's a physics class or a chemistry class or a mathematics class. In the US or even in Europe, you do go to a class by the professor's class. It's Professor so-and-so's class, it's Professor so-and-so's class. So the teachers over there are really playing a very important role in invigorating the environment for the student to learn. And I think we need to bring that back somewhere. We have that great tradition of the guru and the Gurukula. We need to bring that glory of the teacher back. And it needs to happen from both sides. As Mr. Chaitanya Prasad mentioned, that students need to start questioning their teachers more. So teachers shouldn't be walking into a class with a group of students who are just looking up to them, waiting for these, some gospel to emerge, but should be actively participating. And teachers should also, be open to what is happening in terms of technology, progress, changes. I think Professor Shyam Menon mentioned about funding, that there's a funding crunch, but also like to add to that, that while there is a funding crunch, yesterday I was sitting with somebody in senior government, and he was talking about a huge disbursement made to a university of about 100 crores. And he said people, the staff, teachers, they didn't really know what was to be ordered for the physics labs or the electrical engineering labs. And the material that was ordered ended to be really obsolete, which is a real waste of the money that was allocated for upgradation. So I think it needs to happen at both ends. Teachers and the students, there are the two pillars of the whole higher education system, of the whole education system. And especially in higher education, the role of teachers and the role of students needs to change. So while in primary school, you see teachers with a more instructional attitude and the students with a more absorption approach. As you progress to higher education, there needs to be a paradigm shift in the way education is imparted. It's like you bring up a child till he is about 4 or 5 years old. You can tell him what to do, how to do, what not to do, and he or she will listen to you with utter blind faith and do as he or she is told. But as they grow up to be teenagers, they like to express themselves, and from a mother, you need to become a friend. From a father, you need to become a friend and take them along and help them along in their journey. journey of understanding and expressing. Similar is with students when they come into higher education. The teachers need to become facilitators, enablers. Classes need to become more discussion oriented, and not just teachers. I think the whole policy ecosystem, we need to start thinking and not just setting up physical infrastructure for students to come and teachers to read out whatever they know, but also set up, now that we have so much technology, a lot of women who don't end up entering higher education for a lot of reasons of safety or whatever, they use the internet, they use the computers to advance their education credentials because it's safer, it's at home, they don't have to suffer, all sorts of issues when they go out. So I think teachers, the policy ecosystem needs to take these things into granted and set up probably education internet cafes or whatever to generate an ecosystem of entrepreneurship, innovation we were hearing. So the policy aspect also needs to take that into account. More to that in detail later in the sessions. I'd like to place my tremendous thanks to Professor D.S. Chauhan, Secretary General AIU, Shri Vinay Rai, Chairman ASSOCHAM National Council on HRD and Education, Dr. Amrendra Pani, Head Research Division AIU, Professor Shyam Menon, who I had the opportunity to hear, Vice Chancellor Dr. B.R. Ambedkar University, Professor Parshuram, Director TIS, Shri Chaitanya Prasad, Controller General of Patents, Designs and Trademarks, and to all of you for being here this morning on a very important topic that needs all of you to be participants. Thank you very much.